Hey everyone, so today I have a long-awaited update to one of the NBP styles packs, right? And that is the NBP portrait tools. Now that comes with a lot of different awesome tools, especially since Capture One in the last year or two came out with a lot of new cool ways to mask things, right? Well, even more recently, Capture One has really advanced their AI automated skin masking capabilities. And for a time, it was a little wonky, I admit. So I didn't jump on making any tools for it that I didn't think would be very useful. But now it's really, really good. So I have added to the portrait tools, to the NBP styles portrait tools, I've added all these skin ones. Now, this can continue to advance. I don't know, but these are the ones that I've been using that I think are really useful. So I made different versions of them. And I'm going to walk you through a couple of use cases today so you can see how they work. By the way, if you do have the portrait tools styles, then you should get an email letting you know that the skin styles are available to you. If you go and purchase portrait tools, then the skin styles will be in there as well. So let's take a look here. All right, so here's a shot of Rafaela in Los Angeles. And as is common when you're shooting in a pool, and sometimes the ocean, but usually a pool, you look at the shot and you think, all right, well, Rafaela has a deep skin tone, right? And it's very rich and she's got a tan and all that's lovely, but there's blue color cast all over her. Very common, extremely common when you're shooting swimwear like this. Now, sometimes that color cast can be great. Sometimes you want to get rid of it. Other times you want somewhere in between, right? So this shot is completely unedited right now, so we're going to show you a lot of before and afters. Let's take a look at some of these skin tools. Now, as you know, when you run one, it has to use the AI and then determine where the mask is and then go from there, right? So let's start with that balancing issue, right? So I'm going to go to Skin Hue Balancer Extra, right? That's because there's a lot of blue in the skin and cyan, and that's going to account for that. So we're going to tap that, let it do its thing, and we should see a pretty good result where most of the blue reflection from the pool is going to be either minimized or completely removed. That's the entire point of the balancer in general. Now, the balancers are good when you use them anyway, just to kind of help with the reds and yellows, but that extra one is really great. Off and on, off and on. And of course, because it's a layer, you can change the opacity. If you want some of that pool reflection in there, but not all of it, fine. We can, scale it back when you need to, but we're going to go ahead and leave it maximum. And as you can see, it's quite a difference. Okay, because it's accounting for that cyan. And now, even though she still looks like she's in the pool, of course, we didn't make anything look too fake. It's really, really well balanced, right? And that's just a simple click, right? Now, I also have here the warmth. I'm going to try skin warmth medium because here again, I can scale that one back as well. And that's actually going to add color to it, right? It's using like the color tool to add color. So if we come here off and on, we're going to see we're adding like a sort of a yellowish orange to the mid range, and we're adding like a red to the shadows. And we're also neutralizing the highlights with blue. You can see that over here. If we go to our tools, we come down here, and we can look at our tools here and we'll see the highlight has a little bit of bluish cyan, midtones have been orange, and the shadows are a little bit red pink, which is pretty common and looks really good for just adding warmth in general. Now we can go further too. We're already mastering the skin. I mean, let's go further. How about skin highlight pop medium? Let's try that just to see if we can bring some more dynamics back to her skin. She already has a good shine to her skin, but let's see if we can increase that in some way. Let's see what we've done. All right, off and on. It's very, very minimal, but if we open up the little arrow here on that layer, we see that there's a luma range. So we can click on modify and we can increase that range if we choose to, right? And then now we have off and on. Okay, pretty nice. I think that works kind of okay. What have we done? Let's see, hit the letter Y. We went from out of camera. Okay, Rafaela looks fine, but there's a green cast. Dynamics aren't completely there. It's not as warm as it could be. And in just a couple of clicks, we have a huge dynamic difference. See that? And what's really powerful about this whole thing is that you can literally come in here and take, for example, let's go to the little arrow and we're going to say copy. And then if we go to another image, let's go to this one. Okay, we're going to reset that one and then we're going to paste it. Okay, that's going to take some time to redo skin mask. But what's cool is that none of it is dependent on the original image. So you can copy and paste these settings across multiple images. It'll reprocess for every single one. But if you have, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 15 shots selected, then you can apply one look to all of them and they all automatically get created. As you can see, off, on, off, on. It went from the skin cast kind of look. Now it's a lot different. Now, on top of that, let's say we want to make some other changes. We have a general skin mask that we can choose. If we didn't have the highlight one, right? For example, we had general skin mask. We also have skin mask highlights. We can just tap that and it'll automatically create a skin mask again. Now, oftentimes creating a skin mask when there's already an existing one on another layer is a lot faster, as you can see there. Okay. And now it's just simply the skin mask with the highlights already set up in the Luma range. So I can do all kinds of things. How about we go to a Luma curve and brighten? Okay. We're brightening a little bit of the highlights. That looks kind of cool. We can always open up this, go back to modify. All right, sorry about that, a little bit of a computer burp. But as you can see, we went from here to here. And once again, we can actually even do, like I said, we did other things, right? Let's go to the image layer. Let's do some other things. How about we go and we do some highlight recovery, a little bit of shadow recovery. Why not? Maybe a lot of highlight recovery, a little more shadow recovery. We're going to brighten up just a little bit in general. And we're going to get a white balance check. Let's see what white balance is doing over here. Okay, that's a little bit better. I don't mind that so much, right? And then on top of that, I don't know, we're just going to keep this going. We're going to take our blues and we're going to enhance the saturation. Okay, cool. That's a shot. Now we can hit Shift Command or Shift Control C. And then, like I said, go to another shot. Let's pretend that one didn't have anything. Paste. And it's going to think about all the masks. It's going to think about, of course, the default settings, which apply instantly. But those masks just take a little bit of time to make. And when it finally finishes all the process, you have a little bit of a red face is going to be balanced. You have all the blue and cyan in the skin being balanced. And you can add some warmth and some highlight pop and all that. See that? Look at the difference there. From this to this, you just copied it over. You can do that very, very well. In fact, let's go ahead and show you since I have it here. Let's say for some reason, these 6 shots are what we wanted, right? Okay, and we don't have any of them, so I'm going to go ahead and let this fast forward. So I'm going to paste, and you're going to see it's going to apply to all of them. Here we go. All right, sure enough, that took a little less than 2 minutes, and that's also while I was recording, which taxes the computer a little bit. So look at the difference here. Let me get off that little pop-up. There we go. From this, we have shots out of camera. We have the blue reflections, not much we can do about it, and then we have all our changes. Do you see that? Off, on, off, on. We took a bunch of shots. And again, you can scale this back to whatever works for you. You don't have to have the blue reflection completely removed, but oftentimes that's what we want to do. Now, removing that blue reflection from pools is something that anyone who shot swimwear in a pool has done for years. And it's just the nature of it. And now we can just do it in RAW, which is going to give us a smoother result. We can scale back the opacity if we feel we want a little more reality. But nonetheless, that's what these tools are for. So let's just kind of go here for a moment, go back to our tools, reset that one. I always have my layers floating around like this too. So, you know, we have these things, like I said, you can do these manually, but this makes it all instant, right? So we can come here and say, add warmth or skin warmth high. Let's just add skin warmth. Let's say we don't mind the blue. We're going to leave it alone. Doesn't bother us, but we're going to add skin warmth in general. And sure enough, we do. There we go. We've added a ton of warmth. Let's say that's what we wanted. I don't know. We can make all kinds of choice. Skin mask shadows. We tap that. It's going to create a skin mask where the Luma range is already on the shadows. That allows us to do just about anything. We can color grade, but we can also come to our, go back to skin shadows, excuse me. We can always hit the letter M to see where those are landing. We can change them if we need to. So let's say we come here, I don't know, to Luma curves and brighten the shadows. Okay, and now we've brightened the shadows in just a click. A little bit of a masking issue down here. Sometimes that happens. I'd say 98% of the time it doesn't. That's kind of a bummer. But you get the idea that you can still modify things. In fact, let's go to which one we haven't done yet. I'll just reset that one. There we go. We'll reset that one. We'll come back to our styles. And let's say we go, this is one's interesting too. Skin mask midtones. This is a way to, like, in case you want to keep your contrast, your highs and your lows pretty strong, but you don't want to modify them. Sometimes the midtones is where you want to be, right? So you come here, and you hit M, you can kind of see you're on your mids mostly. And who knows what you can do there? Maybe for some reason you can add color, sure. But you can also brighten and darken just on the mids very slightly, if that's what you want to do. Have instant access to the mid-range on the skin tones, just like that. Anyway, that's the entire point of these new styles. I put them into the portrait tools because I figured it makes sense there, obviously. Oh, and simple contrast boosting. So we can say contrast boost medium, if that's what you want to do. It's the opposite of what we just did. We're trying to enhance the lows and the highs, and we have that option there, of course. And you know, on a deep shot like this with a deeper skin tone and a lot of contrast, that might be overkill. But for a lighter one, it could be exactly what you need, right? So that's what's cool about these tools. So once again, I'm just going to remind you, if I go to Skin Balancer Extra, which is like really the one for taking blues and greens and other strange things and getting rid of them, see that? Okay, and then I can come here and choose just regular old skin mask, maybe, right? And what's really interesting is that if I click on the skin mask now, and if I hold down Q, and then hit the arrows up, I can change the exposure, right? So I went from there to there, there to there. You see that? So we have deep shadows, a little too dark, maybe. Green cast everywhere. We got rid of it. We brightened her a little bit. We haven't even worked on the background or anything yet. That's the entire point. Make this stuff happen quickly, nearly instantly. And that's why this, I don't know, 25 or so skin mask tools and skin modification tools are now in NBP Portrait Tools. So they're called the Skin Styles. Again, they're part of the Portrait Tools if you want to go grab them on the website. But if you already own Portrait Tools, you have been emailed an update.